On a March morning in a suburban Utah neighborhood, a mother and her 8-year-old son were found shot to death in their own home. Police said it looked like a targeted attack, but what they found inside shocked even the most seasoned detectives. In a teenager's bedroom, a handwritten note, "This is a murder story." Alongside it, a mask, a BB gun, and references to DNA, as if someone was studying how to get away with murder. Was this a tragedy, or the execution of a dark plan? No arrests have been made. No one is talking. But this case is unraveling fast, and what's coming to light is deeply disturbing. Here's everything we know about the double homicide in Saratoga Springs, and why the note could change everything. On the morning of March 28, 2025, police responded to a welfare check at a home in Saratoga Springs, Utah. Inside, they found 44-year-old Jessica Lyman and her 8-year-old son, Eli Painter, both dead from gunshot wounds. Jessica was discovered in her bedroom, Eli in another room. Police ruled out murder-suicide almost immediately. It was clear someone else had pulled the trigger. In the days that followed, detectives began a search of the home for clues, and what they found raised serious questions. Inside the bedroom of Jessica's 15-year-old son, they uncovered a handwritten note that read, "This is a murder story." Next to it, they found a mask. Not a Halloween mask, more like something worn in a robbery. And perhaps most chilling, they also found what looked like a BB pistol, alongside references to DNA and forensic testing in his belongings. Surveillance footage from a neighbor's doorbell camera showed a masked individual outside the home around the time of the murders, and the mask found inside matched the one seen in that footage. Despite all this, no arrests have been made. Police haven't publicly named a suspect. The father of the 15-year-old boy insists his son is innocent, calling the situation a tragedy, but says he's fully cooperating with investigators. With the murder weapon still unaccounted for and the motive unclear, the community is left asking, was this the work of a disturbed teen? A third-party intruder? Or something even darker that hasn't come to light yet? Let's break down the evidence that's turning this case from tragic to deeply unsettling. The first major clue? A handwritten note, found inside the teen son's bedroom. It read, "This is a murder story." Not a random scribble or journal entry, but something deliberate, eerie, and placed right where detectives would find it. Next to the note, a black ski-style mask. Police say the mask closely resembles the one worn by a figure caught on doorbell camera footage near the house around the time of the murders. Though the footage isn't crystal clear, the style, shape, and even wear patterns appear to match. Then there was the BB gun, found near the same area. At first it might seem unrelated, but investigators also uncovered references to forensic testing, DNA, and criminal investigation materials among the teen's belongings. They were reportedly part of a school project, but the timing is suspicious. Search warrants also revealed that law enforcement collected clothing, electronics, and notebooks from the boy's room. The clothing is being tested for gunshot residue. The electronics, including a tablet and phone, are being combed for internet search history, deleted messages, and planning activity. One theory investigators are pursuing is premeditation. Was the note a twisted form of confession or a fictional fantasy that turned into real violence? Another theory? A third-party intruder used the teen's belongings to throw off investigators. So far, no one has seen surveillance footage of anyone entering or exiting, besides that single masked figure. And the murder weapon, a real firearm, has still not been recovered. The presence of a note, mask, and forensic references suggests planning. But without clear proof of who wrote the note or pulled the trigger, everything remains speculation. And that's what keeps this case both wide open and deeply disturbing. But among the most disturbing clues are the text messages the teen's son allegedly sent to his mother before her death. According to the newly unsealed search warrants, just hours before the murders, Jessica received a string of messages from her 15-year-old son that investigators described as threatening and bizarre. In one message, he wrote, "You should be afraid, very afraid." Another read, "Soon, you'll see what I'm capable of." Some texts reportedly referenced writing the perfect ending and making things clean and quiet. Investigators now believe these weren't just emotional outbursts, but possible premeditation. Combined with the murder note and other evidence found in his room, these texts paint a chilling picture of a troubled teen spiraling into something darker. At this point in the investigation, no one's been arrested. But based on what's been uncovered, there are three main theories floating around, each more unsettling than the last. Some believe the 15-year-old son may have carried out the murders himself. The note, the mask, the forensic references, combined with no sign of forced entry, suggest possible premeditation. There's also the eerie calmness of the message, "This is a murder story." Was it a confession disguised as fiction, or a fantasy that turned horrifyingly real? Motive? Possibly deep-seated psychological issues, resentment, or a breakdown at home. But there's no public history of violence and no official charges. Others believe this was the work of an outside attacker, someone who knew the family and tried to frame the teen. That would explain the planted note and items, and why the murder weapon hasn't been found. The matching mask and surveillance footage could have been brought in by someone else, and the teen's forensic books could be coincidence. The third theory? Multiple people may be involved, either through planning or a cover-up. Some online speculate that the note may have been written after the murders to throw off police. There's even speculation that what happened wasn't spontaneous at all, but a staged event meant to mimic a fictional murder story for attention or misdirection. So far, no one has been ruled out, and every new piece of evidence raises more questions. Who wrote the note? Who wore the mask? And most of all, who killed Jessica and Eli? This case has all the hallmarks of a true crime mystery: heartbreak, confusion, and unanswered questions. A mother and child are gone. A note says, "This is a murder story." And chilling texts point to someone close. But no one has been arrested, the weapon hasn't been found, and the one person who might know what really happened hasn't been named a suspect. So what do you think happened that night? Was it premeditated? Was someone trying to frame the teen? Or is this a story that's still unfolding? Drop your theories in the comments. I'll be reading and responding. If you want updates as this case develops, hit like and subscribe. And if you think others should see this story, share it. Because sometimes, the truth only comes out when more people start asking questions.